Hello everyone, welcome back to Stonehearth BANTO. So we're back here in our Northern Alliance, and I see that we got some new equipment equipped on our soldiers. So I saw that our knight here, Casey, do have, it looks like she also have a new helmet, probably the one we bought. And then we also went ahead and we bought one of those nice shields for her to equip as well. So we got the steel Northern heavy shield plus 6 defense, which is pretty amazing. A silver short Northern sword, 18 damage. So really good equipment for Casey. She's really powerful. We do have the desire to be an archer, but she's now our tank, and I think she's doing a really good job as one. And also I have fixed our boats here, so I will be able to share these templates. I'm gonna be sharing them today, so this is like the old version I have of them. So if I remove them, I'm gonna show the new version, and there's a little trick that you can do the thing that I'm doing. Because normally when you take a boat and it's nothing like a pole going down, then it will just go on the bottom, as you can see here. If you make a pole as we have here, it will go correct height, but the pole is there. And if we remove the pole here, it will go red. But I found a way that sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't work, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. But I'm gonna show you a version that I made that actually floats without the pole, and it looks really good. Here we go, look at that. You see? No pole at all, it floats. And why it floats is because this little thing that's down here that you can't really see. It's a little block down here, here it is in the corner. Could have maybe moved it more to the center, but this little block is making so this won't go red. If I do remove this little block, it is surprisingly still not red. But I don't think if we save this one, let's try it for fun if it's just to see, I don't think this is gonna work. As you see, it goes to the bottom. But with this little thing I made here, with the fixed one, it will just be that little tiny little thing there, and I'm gonna try to show you guys how it works. Hopefully it will work today. So we do have our boat here that I made before with a little pole. So if you do have a boat, you could do this as well. It should also work on the land, so you don't have to be in the water for this thing to work. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna remove the pole from under here. It goes red, as you would expect. But then you have to use the room tool, super important. You have to use the room tool. That's really important. I'm just gonna make something like a size down here. Let's make it maybe 4 by 4. What I'm gonna do then is that I'm gonna drag this down, just the floor, double click, select, drag it up, and we're just gonna make this touch up here. And as you can see, it do go to become non-red. And when that happens, we will start to remove the walls here, and if it works, sometimes it doesn't work, I don't know why, but if it does work, we should be able to remove pretty much all of these walls without having any red thing going on, and for this time it doesn't seem like it actually works. So I'm not entirely sure why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, but normally I would remove that one, and then we would remove like parts here, so we would just leave like one of them down here. So I'm not entirely sure why it didn't work this time. But I will be sharing them so you guys can use these boats. I'm just gonna check a tiny little thing. Okay, so I see why it is not red yet, and the reason for that is that because I see that we do have these things. I think if we remove these, it will go red. As you see, it went red. So the way we would do this is, I think it's good to have this down here, because if we, let's say we would keep what we had here, so pretty much you have to just keep one block up here, and if you make a thing from the beginning, you could probably make this one mend together with like the boat, so the block would be inside of the boat and be part of the boat, and that way it would look good. There wouldn't be any sticking out blocks or anything, and it would be up here. But I do think to make sure we got the distance here between, I think we have to make sure that we are also maybe having the block down here, but let's do a little test for it. So a lot of testing today. I'm trying to figure out a new way to do things that I haven't read about anywhere. So then we remove that one. You see, it also becomes red when I remove that one. If I remove that one, it becomes red. So we keep one here and one below. And that's the reason why it's below here into the ground, so you don't see it. And if you want to do it like on ground, you can make sure that you use an texture, like one of these, to make sure it matches like the grass or stone or wherever you want to have it. So let's go back a little here and maybe let's see what kind of color we got here. We're gonna change the color for this, and we're gonna go for, I think, that color. Yes, we can make it match, and I'm gonna make sure the columns are the same. So let's do something like that, should be good. Then maybe we could start to remove a few parts, and something like that. Then, if we, okay, that's not gonna go inside, okay. It's a little bit fiddly, but at least it will probably be possible to do what we want to do, right? So down here we have it. We want it to go up one step like that, as you can see, and if you remove that one, it is not red. And then we can just go in back and we could add in the blocks here to make it look like it's supposed to look. So pretty cool, right? I might make a tutorial where I try to make it a little bit more clear because it's a little bit fiddly. But at least you guys can see that it is possible to make it float. And now it should also be, like I said, part of the boat. So it's inside of this one. And we're gonna make sure that this one fully works. So there we go. As you can see, it works. There's no blocks sitting under here anymore. The blocks are mended into our model. And you could do the same thing. You maybe want to make like, you know, air balloons, some airships and stuff like that. You can do that, or houses floating around. You can do that as well. So that is pretty cool. Keep that one down there. If we make that one go away, it will also go red. So keep that one floor sticking into the terrain, and then mend together one block inside of the boat. So I hope it wasn't too confusing. And like I said, updated my Steam workshop, gonna be updated today, so you can use my boats. So let's drop them in here, and I think it's kind of time that we started to actually build our harbor very soon. Something you have to keep in mind when using these boats are that depending on the height of the water, they will go up differently. So this one only works for this kind of height, and there's no real way to go around this thing. So let's say we have the boat here, it's perfect, and then it goes up here, and then it starts to go up. So as you can see, we can definitely make like a floating boat here. And if you guys do want me to add the boat without the floating part, yes, so you can like, maybe you want to like drop it on like the surface or something like that, I can definitely share the like the original. You can just drop like that, because maybe you want to have them sitting on the ground sometimes. And later on I might be adding this one as a secondary one, but I think it's a little bit too wide. I like the looks of it, but I think it's a little bit too wide. And thank you guys for all the name requests you guys have given me. So I did randomize a winner today, and the lucky person today was Grumpy Owl, which also runs a YouTube channel here, and he's doing YouTube videos and currently started to do some Stonehearth, so feel free to check him out. There will be a link to him in the video description of this video. But now we're gonna name him, so let's see here, Usar maybe? Ooh, the guy with the amazing body, let's go for this guy. Welcome to town, Grumpy Owl, hope you can have an amazing time here. So let's see, do we have any new upgraded tools? We were trying to make them in the previous episodes. I'm gonna see if we do have some. Nice, look at that. We do have some upgraded tools, some steelworker tools, and they're pretty awesome. And also give a little bit more damage, so that's nice. A few of our people already have them, that's awesome. That will make them gather better resources, it will make them work faster, make them build faster, everything is gonna go faster. And I did check this house, it's pretty close to be done. The company need to do just a few more things. An ornated dresser, a writing desk, and a wooden firewood shed, and a decorative wall shield. Let's go and check out our carpenter, make sure we're doing them. Yeah, we are. Very nice. But it looks like we will need some more wood, and either we could go chop it down, or we can send in a bunch of traders, which I'm gonna do today. Because then we don't have to spend our time working to gather them from the wilderness. They might be on cooldown. It looks like they're on cooldown at the moment. Okay. I want to see how it's going for a new herbalist. And I added another mod to the game, by the way. And this new mod is called Gardens of Hearth, and it adds a bunch of new like decorative flowers and stuff you can craft. So for example, I think this is a new thing, the Herbalist Garden. I think that is from the Gardens of Hearth mod, and you can get it on the Steam Workshop right now if you wish to do so. So this one says the foundation for plant breeding. Exactly what the garden was missing. So I want to try to make, let's make one. I want to see what kind of thing that is. It's a sort of workbench it looks like, so we're gonna need it for something. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at the amount of new stuff we got. A harmless ball plant. This is going to be completely harmless little ball plant. The first introduction to plant breeding. So that one requires some cactuses and stuff, and then we do have a roundabout tree. This little tree is going to look neat in a wooden pot. Small living stones. Oh, is it even possible to achieve? This is almost like necromancy, almost. So that's pretty interesting. Kinda wanna make one of those just to see how that's gonna work. A tall tree, so with this one we need, okay, we need saplings. So that means I think we need like a farm to get saplings, I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe it's a thing that we can craft with the herbalists. Or we would get them from this one, I'm not entirely sure, I'm brand new to this mod. But as you can see, we do have a lot of different things. So we got tall tree, leafy goodness, we got potted giant violet, lavender, lotus rose, myriad window box. This one looks pretty cool actually. A lot of nice things, so I'm not entirely sure where we grow these, but I guess we will find out eventually. I do have a mod called Settlement Decoration, so it could be that some parts are inside of the role, the new profession that mod has, which is an gardener. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna find out pretty much. Let's make some seeds that we can do. That's a good way to level up some bright belt seeds. Got a message. Shook down. Some goblins somehow found the entrance to our hovel and are asking for a bunch of wooden doors. We have neither wood nor carpet on paw, so could you perhaps craft some for us? Alternatively, we're not afraid to fight them off, but we lack the means to heal our injured afterwards. We'll brew some potions or we can't help. We're gonna, are we gonna do potions or doors? I wanna do potions. Or maybe doors. Let's do potions. Then we shall give them a fight. Please send the health tonic as soon as they are ready. Let's say 8 of them for good luck. He says, smiling as if you had any idea what that meant. Okay. Make some health tonics. Okay, so we need to make 8 of those small ones. So let's get our herbalist to do those. I'm just gonna do 10. Always better to do more than you need, because you never know when your Hearthlings are gonna decide that, oh, we're gonna spend some. So it's always better to do more than you need, I would say. And let's see here. Okay, there's some seeds here. I think there's some new ones. Yeah, definitely some new ones that we can do with the herbalist. So Gardens of Hearth, if you want to have more decoration to decorate with trees and flowers and everything, which is pretty awesome, and I highly recommend to go check out this mod. Let's see how it's going with the drinking. I know there'll be some changes back and forth with it, and it's getting better and better. That's good to hear, and I also think that we will be able to craft the teapot now, and I think they have updated it, yes. So now, without being right children, we can also do the decorative teapot, which is a requirement for doing the tea with the cook, which is a new craft with the new unstable version of ACE. So if we go down to, let's see if we can find it. This one, we do need to have the decorative teapot. One thing that I think would be nice maybe with the herbal teapot here is that when they have, like, you know, having a drink from it, I don't think it should break. Maybe it doesn't break, but I have a feeling that when they actually drink it, or craft this thing actually, it will just destroy the teapot. I'm not entirely sure if it works that way, but it might do. I mean, when you make some tea, you wouldn't throw away the teapot direct, like, okay, this one is done, let's get another one. Let's get our cook to do some more things. I want to make sure they are a little bit busy so we don't have to manage them all the time. So I'm gonna make sure we are making some of this sausage. So let's see if we can find it. This one. Lower grade fuel, okay. So we still need a lot of wood. I'm gonna maintain a lot of them. I should put them at the top though. There we go. Let's make sure we remove them down here. Level 3 Mason. Congrats, Alexander. Very nice. Looks like the shepherds are doing a pretty good job down here now. We're only level 4, then we have Asterix is still level 1. But he should be probably pretty close to be at level 2 now, I think. Yeah, pretty close to be level 2, and he has the passion to be the shepherd, so that's really awesome. And I want to see our engineer, because we're trying to level up the engineer to max level, which means we can have the double amount of turrets, which is really awesome. A little bit over halfway. So let's see if we can maybe do a few more things. We've done a few crossbows so far. I guess we continue to do them, because it should be given a pretty good amount of XP, and we can always sell them later, so that's good. There was also any suggestions for making some fire quivers, so thank you for that, and lumps of coal we need, and any leather, so some skins, and then we can turn that into leather, and then our weaver will make some fire quivers. But we also need to find the lumps of coal. Where did we get them? Was that just from mining? I don't remember if it was directly from mining those things, or if you could actually craft those. I know you can craft a few things. Get some fuel, like with a blacksmith for example. So we have a piece of charcoal, slab of coke, and no of the thing we needed, so... Might be a thing we have to go out and discover and mine it instead. It could be something like that. So I think we'll mine a little bit here. Maybe they will drop some of those coal parts later. I think that should be definitely good enough. And let's see, can we call in an immersions now? That would be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna make sure to buy some clay, because we do need to get some clay. Sell some of that. Oh nice, now we can buy some wood, so we don't have to go and chop it down ourselves. And these lampposts, the iron lampposts, I think they're really cool. They also have the twin iron lamppost. I feel like I want to buy them. I'm not sure if they are fitting for like our town, but I think they look really cool, so I might actually use them. Let me know guys if you think that I should try to use these iron lampposts. They would look pretty cool. Maybe in the harbor it would be pretty awesome. Leon Oldra, level 2 herbalist, very nice, very nice. So I guess we will just go and we're gonna queue up our first like tea drinks. Would be awesome. I would like to make something that is better, because like the herbal tea do give some buffs here, which is pretty cool. So let's make it sure to go at the first of the list here. So whenever we can do it, we can do it, and then we should have it queued up here already, because of the beautiful system with Project ACE that combines, you know, the different craftings. So there's a smart crafter added that between different professions it actually adds to the other one, so it's pretty awesome. So we need to be a level 3 to do this one. We also do need to put out these things. We haven't started to really work with the pottery yet, so let's see if we can put them for now. They're gonna be like quite a temporary place for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's have it next to kind of our little storage house here, which is looking beautiful with all the vines growing there. I really like that. And the pottery wheel can also go next to this, which is a very small thing. And let's get a herbalist garden. It's pretty decent sized. It would be nice to do a really cool place for the herbalist. I have some kind of idea in my head. It would be nice to make like a lot of vines grown everywhere, maybe some kind of ruins, a lot of trees, maybe a big fallen tree that we design, something like that. Let me know if you have some ideas for it as well. I think that would be awesome. I'm gonna look into doing that, and maybe already in the next episode I will do that. Famous Dwarven Artificer is in town with wares to sell. Okay, we're gonna check it out soon, man. But first I wanna get the garden out, and it's gonna be sitting next to this house. I think that's gonna look pretty nice there. And we do have some rune stones. I guess we should use them. Should we have them like in front of our gate, or is that gonna look bad maybe? Let's try to have them in front here and let's see how that looks. They're gonna have some pretty cool glow effect as well. Famous Dwarven Artificer, let's check it out. Okay, so we can buy some ingots and stuff. Some steel would maybe be nice to sell, to buy, I mean. It's always quite useful. Okay, so food is like okay at the moment. We do need to improve it a little bit. But we also do have a lot of resources, like look at the amount of raw meat we got here. I see we need to gather a little bit more of herbs, so that should be good. And our herbalist should be crafting some seeds, so that's also nice. Box plant seed, let's get some of those grown here. So we don't have like a normal farmer at the moment. We are using our herbalist to create seeds, which is pretty interesting when you like in the Arctic biome, that you can go that way instead of the normal way of just having farmers. So that's something I really like about the Northern Alliance living up here in the cold north. We got some cottonseed. Those are probably going to be very useful. And I know one of you guys also suggested to do a farm area. I'm gonna look into that, so I'm really grateful for all the awesome suggestions you guys are giving me. And if you have them, always feel free to drop them. Some will make it to the game, some will not, and some of them will turn into new ideas for me to play around with. So even if that specific thing doesn't get into the game, I still get new ideas to do things which I really like. So I like to see nice suggestions from you guys, so it's pretty awesome. Look at those rune stones, guys, aren't they amazing? A little bit of glowing touch to it, looks pretty awesome. Didn't we have 2 more of them? Then maybe we can put them at the other side. We do have 2 more, nice. But we do have these traps here kind of sitting in the way. Maybe we want to move them a slight bit. So perhaps something like that. I wonder if you can actually like stack them on each other. That would be interesting. Something like that would be good. And also do look at this thing. Look at the amount of insane traps. We can have 20 traps. That is freaking awesome. Later we will be able to have 8 turrets, which is super cool. Let's see if our engineer got some more levels already. Or some more XP at least. Okay, we're getting there. It's gonna take a while. There we go, bunnies. Take my health tonics. Thank you. I hope we are not injured, but fortune favors the prepared. May our friendship continue to take root. He hands you some glittering bags of compensation. We got more reputation and we got some gold flakes. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see this one. I really want this to get done. Come on, my little carpenter. Can I get these done? Would be awesome. It's only those. That should be done very soon. Something I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add some more supply bins because I noticed before that I think they needed a little bit of wood before, so they had to go away to get wood. So I'm gonna drop some supply bins here. So one with the stone and one with wood. And that we're also gonna try when we're building things. So when we're gonna do a harbor here, we're gonna try to save a lot of time by adding a few of these bins, and maybe we only need like 1 per resource, but I'm gonna do 2 with wood and 2 with stone. We're mostly gonna need this wood most likely. And let's see these things, the stone coffers. This is the updated version, which is a little bit cheaper. These two has been added, a small chest and then a bigger one. So I want to see how they do look if we add them. So let's get them into our storage house. And I really like to have some variation. Like, look at that, that's the old chest. Then we have this one. Then we can drop in a small one, which is really small and cute. But I really like that, to have a little bit of variation. Just a lot more interesting that way. That one I don't think they will be able to use, because Hearthlings do require 3 in height. If we drop it here, it should be fine. Ooh, what is this thing, guys? My dear human friends, it has been generations since we Lapine have found an ally as trustworthy as you. We have decided to offer you a precious gift. We would like to bring one of your own into our warren for a time to teach them the art of Geomancer. Ooh, look at that, guys. Do you understand how vital Geomancer is to us? Of the history of my kind and for the clan Amberstone. Please tell us. Sasha nods sagely. This world of Hearth is ruled by the heavenly cycles. Each eons brings a different entity to the Ascendants, who raises their own kind to an evolved state. Monk is in Ascendance now, giving you human's form and cleverness. Snake was before, and was waned. This orc slowly reverting to this lizard's nature. Rabbit before that long ago, but you can find our statues dotting the landscape even now, which we have found. Somewhere out here, I think we found one of their large bunny stones down here. During our cycle, we Lapine studied it, the medical, deeply. We began to understand the nature of the medical divine harmonics produced from the cycle and which grant our uplifted form. We also learned that a hearth exudes medic. Not sure what that word means, exudes. The manipulation of which became known as Geomancy. We learned to harness the Hearth medic. Our Geomancy attuning it through the Amberstone, such as it keeps us from devolving back to the simple fuzzy creatures you see hopping around the surface now. We have seen quite a few of them. We actually do have them living in here. There's one of them hopping around, look at that guy, pretty cute and fluffy. But it didn't work on everyone. Sasha continues, Rabbit left Ascendance and the snake uplifted the orcs. The orcs were unsatisfied sharing the world indefinitely and rejected our attempts to teach them Geomancy, saying it was against the will of the cycle and that the Hearth's magic was forbidden, dangerous and volatile. In truth, they were not wrong. Still, our largest cities were using up magic energy faster than the Hearth could produce it, forcing us to scatter. At the same time, a radical faction of orcs were hostile to us, forcing us to consolidate. We were at an impasse. So my ancestors made the drastic choice to go underground, taking the name of Amberstone and building the tunnels and settlements along ley lines mapped by the Lapine Geomancers. These seams of intense magic energy let them survive underground indefinitely. You are not wrong, friend. There is more to the story, but perhaps the time is not yet right. Okay. Now then to business. Would you like to send one of your esteemed citizens with me to learn the ways of Geomancy? Estimated will take at least a week to grant them the basic understanding. This may be your only chance to do so. I feel the elders may change their minds again in a hair's breadth. Okay, it do sound exciting. Splendid, take all the time you need to choose. The selection is important indeed. As I said, they will be gone for around 7 days, so don't send anyone you can't bear to be without. Let's see. So we have to select one of our people. So we got a few ones here, but we should probably look at someone that has maybe a good mind, maybe a good spirit, the green and the blue. To make sure we are getting some pretty good ones. I feel like I want to send Hyupis over there, one of our bunny people. Can we do that? Let's see if we can do that. That would be awesome. So there we go, goodbye Hyupis. Hopefully you'll be back soon and train in Geomancy, and you can show the cool Amberstone Medic, which is a pretty cool class, which is very late. You get it very late. But guys, thanks for checking out today's episode, and keep name requests coming, and in the next episode I will be naming another person. So if you have added a name request, you're already in the list, but if you haven't, feel free to leave name requests and I'll be adding them to our randomizer. So guys, thanks for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed, feel free to like the video and also subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. So thanks for watching today, and see you soon again everybody.